What's up, everyone? Trying to load up my ticker here. Internet's going slow. I just upgraded my internet and it like slowed down. Drive me crazy. Like I was bamboozled. Like, don't worry, the internet's going to be faster and it's actually going to cost you less. Somehow my internet is now slower and it costs me more. Um, but I wanted to talk about today AMC. Um, Obviously, I mean, I'm going to talk about AMC until there's nothing to talk about, which might be a while. So, I saw a lot of people talking about AMC, targeting it down to $2 or under before they were going to buy in, and maybe generally some people felt like that, and I can't say for sure, but I do think there was a narrative going around that maybe people took that and spun it to kind of relieve some pressure, like, oh, let's wait till it goes lower, it's going to go lower, because we know it's dropping, we know there's dilution, so they're thinking maybe in their own way, like, oh, we can I think 250 is probably the lowest we go. At this point now, you kind of see it bumping up, and I don't know if it'll even go back down that low again. I think we touched the bottom yesterday or the day before. I can't remember when it was. Um, Trying to load up a chart here, but I saw a lot of people talking about AMC. We're gonna buy in when it gets to this low price, but to me, it does seem like it's just trying to get pressure off of the buy pressure right now, because there's so many people buying. Like I know, like I have a close relative that she's an older lady. She was letting me know she got a broker app and da 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 da, and she couldn't understand it, so I was kind of guiding her through it. Like, you can push this and you can order this, and she wanted to buy like Disney and blue chip stocks. And yesterday, at the end of the day, she came up and said, "I'm an ape now." I guess she bought like 20 shares of AMC. I said, "Oh, okay, nice." But so there's people buying. You know what I mean? And oh man, I wish my original buy-in was this like yesterday. Can you imagine your average being like 250? But it is what it is. So I think we're here, where we're at. Initially, before this whole reverse split happened, I was mad too. Before I really did any research, I was upset the whole fact that all I could see was they're taking my shares. Like, they're taking 90% of my shares, and I was just kind of blinded by the anger. Once I did my own research and kind of dug in and realized that it could have been 100% of my shares if we wouldn't have done this. So, it is what it is. Average down. I never sold any of my original shares just because that's just the way I felt about it. I didn't want to get rid of any. And I have that type of luck to where if I sell my shares, shit skyrockets. You know what I mean? I saw it happen with that Donald J. Trump, and then I decided to buy back in, and it went. So I bought back when it was DWAC at $11. I sold at a good price. I mean, I made some money off it. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't want that to be a scenario. Like, it's kind of an example, like with AMC. That's why I never sold, and because I feel like my shares are old, and we talk about it, we hold for each other, man, and it's true. But the price today, we're looking at like $2.69. I don't think we're gonna get much lower than this. It's possible. I mean, looking at this chart, though, we're looking a little bullish now. So um, some of that volume is going to come through. They're probably getting close to have met their goal of the 250 million if they haven't met it. So the dilution may be over. I'm not saying for sure it is, but it seems like possibly. Or they could be waiting until it goes up and it could drop down again. So don't be surprised. You know what I mean? Nothing could shock you at this point, because if you're in this play, you probably understand what's going on. What's up, Roblox Rich Girl? How you doing? So, yeah, I'm just kind of looking at this AMC. It looks a little bullish to me. I mean, everything's is. I bought more today. I buy more every day. Yeah, for sure. I buy more every day. It's just kind of how I've done it. I started buying back into other stocks again as well. I went from this previous Friday all the way up till, oh geez, the whole week of buying only AMC. Everything I would have put in other stocks. So today I probably got, I don't even know, man, 12, 13 shares of AMC. And then I got, averaged down to some other stuff. Averaged down in crypto, because my crypto is down. Well, actually, some of my crypto hasn't even gone all the way down to its original point, but I wanted a little more, but I didn't want to buy at that peak because I knew there'd be a pullback. Um, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at now. I'm looking at AMC. I don't really have a. It's kind of hard to say, but I do think we could hit back to that $3 here soon this week. But it just depends. There could be more. The dilution. The AMC set a goal of making $250 million. That doesn't mean they just take it all immediately. They have price targets they sell to make. So there is a possibility that they haven't reached it, and it hits $3, and that's where they want to make their sales back in, and it hits it, and it brings us back to like 250, 260, around the range we're in now. I don't see us going to $2. I just can't. I just don't see it happening right now. Jose Jimenez, what's up, man? Yeah, we definitely hit the Rockets. I think as far as like a squeeze, a short squeeze, like it could happen at any point. You know what I mean? In my opinion. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just doing it for pure purposes only. Anyways, a squeeze could happen, and at this point, even if it doesn't happen, fundamentally, I'm in on this play just because I feel like I've dollar cost average down. My average is way down from when the reverse split originally started. It was probably like $50-$60. My cost average, I would say I'm down around like $10 to $15 dollar cost average, and I'm gonna keep going down. Like I said, I buy every day. Literally every day I buy AMC. I'm not a well. I can't go in and dump $10,000 a day or just wait. Like how a lot of people are saying, I'm going to wait till it gets to $2 and throw $1,500 in at that point. And I'm like, when it reaches $2, I might not have $1,500. So the way I look at it is, I'm a business owner, man. I'm a small business owner. There's days where I feel like I'm rich and ignorant, and then there's days where I'm like, God damn, I can't even afford a Little Caesars. You know what I mean? You got to go. See, for me, it works this way. I just buy and hold, buy and hold. I buy every day of my life that I can. There's probably been, in the last, since the reverse split, I don't think there's been more than a day or two on a day where I could buy where I haven't bought. That makes sense? I don't know. Anyways, Monster, if you could just sponsor me so I can afford it. I'll just take I got to cut Monsters out. I could probably afford another, 2-3 shares a day? All I know is I remember when AMC was in that $30, $40 range, buying a share a day was rough. I remember buying like a 0.5 or a 0.4, and it would take me a day or two to get like 2 or 3 shares. So right now, this price is great. And if you really think it's going to stay this low, I think you're crazy. There ain't no way. People are saying, even I've said it, we're gonna have a rough year, right? AMC's gonna have a rough year because of Q1. I honestly, it's not that rough because I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the potential. I see what's happening. I see the good things coming on. There's a lot of good things actually coming. So it's not as gloomy as before when it was like, okay, yeah, we can get out of this, but then we got nothing coming. Like no movies. Just look at the movie slate coming out for Q3, Q4. You can just Google what movies are coming out 2024, and it gets really interesting at looking at 2025. So Q4 and Q1 of 2025, those are going to be insane amounts of big blockbuster movies, theaters only type movies. Not only that, we also know about all the other stuff, the popcorn, the chocolate. They're working on getting some alcohol released, movie distribution, credit cards, I don't know, the list goes on, you know what I mean? So there's things that you got to look forward to on top of the fact, and running a business like I do myself. I own a business, so I know the ins and outs of, when you start something new, like the new adventure they started with popcorn, you're not going to immediately just be rich off of it. You know what I mean? You have to invest into, it's like investing in the market. You got to put money into it and let it grow and let it organically grow and make its own way, and then you're gonna have bumps in the road. But if it turns into something after a 2-3 year, 5 years, and it's just smooth sailing, and then it goes good. My store I opened up just selling hats and shoes. I've moved on to like knickknacks, and we even sell vinyl and blank shirts and stuff. So you find ways to make money, and then in the long run, at the end of the day, the end of the year, it gives you more for your pocket. And I think AMC's got a lot of things like that growing. So it's not just a regular cinema anymore. Like a lot of theaters, I think, are going to thrive in 2025, late 2024. But we have that plus all these other things. So they have a lot going on for them, not just the theater, which I think they'd be fine with just the theater anyways. But you see where I'm going with this. Fucking Monsters got Kraken in it or some shit. Trading at 268. Yeah, I think through the day we could see it bounce down. You know how it works, man. When you have a nice bump up like this, and then midday you can see it go all the way back down to that. Where's the support levels? Support's around like 248 range, 250. 245. Sorry, phone ringing. Spam. It's all spam. I don't even answer my phone no more. I should turn this shit on silent, man. Anyways, yeah, so we have support. My chart, I'm looking at, yeah, probably 248, 247 range. It looks like support. So you could see it dump down to that again just because, they're going to short it down. They're going to try to freak everyone out. I'm like, well, you thought it was running, but it's not. So at this point, I think you know how it goes. You know what I mean? Even days where it has a nice little jump, though, midday somehow, or at some point today, tomorrow, they'll dump it back down, and then but I do think our lowest low is in. I think the support level of, I want to say 247. The chart I'm looking at is kind of glitchy right now. I'm looking at this here. My internet's going slow. Like I said, I just upgraded my internet, and it's like not upgraded. Let me get into my advanced charting here. But yeah, so looking at that, I think that's the possibility. But I do think it's also a possibility by the end of this week we hit 3. Richard asks, is AMC done selling? I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into anything. I literally got up today, got some shit done, bought some shares, and here I am live, without any research. I think they're done, but it's possible they're not. They could be waiting until it hits 3 again. So that's why I say it's possible that this thing goes back down to 245, 250. If it's not from being shorted, it could be from that. They've got to be close though, because the original amount they wanted was 250 million. If you do the math, and they sold most of them, hopefully on the first couple days when we were at like 318 or something like that, they would be. And hopes of they were probably hoping it'd go up so they wouldn't have to keep doing it as long. But obviously there's some funky things that go on with this. So AMC Entertainment has been diluting its shares by exchanging shares for cash to sustain its ailing business. You look up when you Google things, it's ailing business. It doesn't show anything that, there's no announcement that they're done right now. So I kind of personally think they're either done or they're very close. If we see any more dilution in this, well, not dilution, if we see any more selling in this process, it's probably going to come the next day or two, unless this thing just keeps getting beat down. And then what'll happen is, they're going to wait for it to go up, and then they do it, and then people are going to blame them, like, oh, I can't believe they did this, Sorry, my son's texting me some football updates. What? Anyways, so if you got any questions, hit me with them. I'll probably give you a horrible answer, but I'm gonna try. I'm still looking up this. So I'm thinking if they were done. There's 2 scenarios in what we're looking at today. They're either done selling and the buy pressure is going to start coming back. They're probably going to release some of it just to get it back up to a price where people aren't as excited to buy, and then flatten us out. My personal thoughts are they want to get it around that 450 mark and make it a boring barcoding thing again, where it's like, oh, it's not going anywhere, But for me, still a good buy. I'm going to keep buying in. I want to get my dollar cost average down to a few bucks. If I get it down to $4 or $5, it'd be insane. But financially, my pockets are just telling me no. My mind's telling me yes. My pockets are telling me no. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that's kind of their goal, in my opinion, is to get it to $4, maybe in between 4 and 5, and just bounce it around. And then once in a while, dip it down to like 380, up to like get people excited, maybe get it to 6, and then kind of keep it in that channel, that $4 to $5 channel, $4.50, $4.20. something like that, just to keep people kind of like back to the same old AMC. It sucks, and then start forgetting the fact that retail owns the float. Also forget the fact that this price is openly admitted by market makers that they make a price where they think the fair value is at. You can do your own Google search on that. The price of AMC or pretty much any stock, I believe they said, fact check me on it, but they had an interview with Kinney, and he had said something about, basically they set the price at a fair market value. So, those hedge funds that run, the owner of the market maker also owns a hedge fund that hedges against AMC and benefits and profits from it going down. So, you know what I mean? It's crazy to me that you would have someone controlling the line that benefits from it. I think it should be totally separate. You have someone that has no way to sell or buy shares. They could get their salary, but it could be a handsome salary, paying well, but they should not be able to trade the market and also have a company that trades the market. You have a company that trades the market, one that owns the market. It's crazy. By the same people. You know what I mean? Like, I have multiple businesses, but none of them involve or intertwine me with fucking people out of their money. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of a weird thing, man. And I think we all know that by now. Let's see. Let me go back in here. AMC, where are we at? Market. Let's go to Market Watch. Check it out. Yeah, 269. I think. Yeah, we're. Oh, come on. So now we're at 271. MACD. So it's showing us kind of just on a flat basis here. So I'm thinking we're at 272 now. I'm thinking that this day it could end maybe 275, something like that. But I have a feeling that we're probably going to end around 265, something like that. Now, is it possible something just boosts and they release a lot of it? A lot of the buy orders just to kind of try to get it back up to an area where they want to level it out, $3-4. It's possible, but looking at what I'm looking at today, I'm thinking we end around $2.65. I would love it to end a lot bigger, but at the same time, this is where it's at. We're squeezing. I don't know, we ain't squeezing. I mean, who knows? Someday, right? This is a squeeze for someone that bought in at 244 and put a couple grand in. Probably feeling pretty good right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's no matter how you look at it, it's always good to be in the green, but it's definitely not at all near where we want to be. So for me, it's easy to still, like, these prices are so low, it's crazy. You just want to buy because it's like, God damn, it's so cheap. I'm gonna throw everything I got into it. But I had to reel back today, and my portfolio is a lot bigger than AMC, so I have to keep, I have long-term holds, stuff for the old man that's guaranteed, well, nothing's guaranteed in the market, but more guaranteed, so my blue chip stocks, stuff like that, my index funds, loading those back up too. I rode the wave up to 70 and back. I'm like you, I'm trying to average lower and lower. Yes, sir. Got to get it lower and lower, man. That's my thoughts on it. I don't tell anyone to buy, sell, or hold. That's all up to them. But for me personally, at this point, there's no way I could sell my shares. You know what I mean? I'm hoarding them. You know what I mean? So, take these things to zero, or we're taking them to like 3 zeros. So, and I'm not talking 0001. I'm talking like, give me like 1,000 a share. I'm cool. You know what I mean? I'm not greedy. I know that people will think it's crazy and they'll talk shit. They're going to say, can you do the math and can you imagine this? And if they do this, the whole U.S. dollar system and blah, 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 blah. But I don't think they realize this. Just because it goes to 1,000 a share doesn't mean everyone's going to sell at 1,000 a share. Or, you know what I'm saying? So, you'll get you'll get all sorts of people talking to you on this no matter what you do. There's always going to be the good and the bad. I'm trying to watch here. It looks like I got possible customers coming in here. Pesky customers. That's a good thing. This morning I was making a video and I saw someone walking on the side of the road that their shoe sole was falling out. I thought it was a young dude, a young kid. So I pulled up on him. And I said, hey, because we sell shoes and I have a shoe program here where it's called Shoes for Kids. Where it started out that way, and I would donate shoes to like youngsters, and I'm in contact with the local schools and I'll donate them. So I gave away a pair of shoes today. And it's kind of funny how things like that work, man. I didn't do it for any other reason, but I just kind of felt bad for the person walking down the street with their shoe falling apart. They looked all jacked up. You could tell. So at first I said, "Here, you want some shoes?" And she's like, "No, I'm good. I don't want to buy none." In the long run, I wound up telling her, we're just giving them to you. I have the store right here across the street. Gave her the shoes, and as soon as I'm done with that, I walk up to my shop. Dude comes in here, buys a hat. The hat's like $35, $37.09 is what it came to. He gave me a $100 bill, and he said, "Keep the change." I'm like, "That's a big tip." And he's like, "Yeah, keep the change." Don't know the dude from nowhere. Kind of funny how it works like that. Yeah, Bitcoin's another piece too, man. Would love to got people out here. Bitcoin, right? That's another one. If there's one thing I've ever regretted selling, it's Bitcoin. I keep selling it. I keep making money off it. So you're not supposed to feel bad about making profit, but like every time I've sold Bitcoin, and it's like had a pop. Like I sold Bitcoin at like 50 and it went up to like 55. So then I sold some more at 55 and went up to like 60, 70. And I'm like, damn. So now I'm holding on to it, but I have a lot less. I was at 0.5 or 0.58 something, and now I'm down to like 0.08. I'm like, damn, Bitcoin. So for a while there, I was getting up there, man. But I got most of my stuff when it dropped down to like 14. My average, I think, was like 14, 15,000, 17,000. Now I'm averaged up to like 37,000, something like that. So, Larry P, let's go. So how's that stock and retail say it? We will win. Let's go. I love that dude's DD and research. So he's definitely on point. But I always cracks it in. We will win. Let's go. So trading 270. Yeah, I think 265 is a possibility at the end of the day, on for sure. It is possible it goes higher, it goes lower. But for me, I'm looking at that 265 range. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold, or calls, or puts, or any of that shit. Don't ask me about options, man. Definitely still smooth brained about options. So we got going out here. So I don't know, man. Got any hockey fans in the house? I know that if you're in the Utah area, Utah's getting a team. Arizona Coyotes. They sent me some stuff on that the other day. Looks like they're gonna change their colors up and stuff. Most of my fans here that are hockey fans are Golden Knight fans in my region because they're probably the closest professional team. But now you're gonna have a Utah team. Like I said, I'm in Idaho, real close to Utah. So, anyways, if you got any questions, shoot me a question. If not, I'm gonna jump into some other charts and see where we're at here, and I'll just bullshit through my way here. Bullshit my way through. I forgot my laptop, so I'm gonna use my slow ass 1977 Dell computer, refurbished, Walmart special. Looks like they're having a little bit of a. I haven't checked HYMC lately. Let's see what they're up to. HYMC. HYMC is another one I held on to forever, for years. Well, I doesn't say years, but I had to drop the S. Year. So I had probably. Eddie Spaghetti said, "Cute eyes, Daddy." Well, check that out. Is that cute? Okay. Let's see. So 30,000. Anyways, Minecraft I was in on for a while there, and I sold like probably 70% of my shares just because I needed some liquidity for other things. I was like, this ain't going nowhere. I'm a little up, and I was probably up like 2 or 3% sold, and then it pumped back up. So of course then I'm kind of doing the thing that I always tell people not to do, FOMO back in. I got a little more, and I'm up a little bit, but That's why I don't want to sell my AMC. I can just see something like that happening and just like, bam. HYMC will be great in the future. Liquid Minds, what's up? I want to say what's up to Liquid Minds, man. I'm kind of saying what's on my mind, but sometimes I can't say it. He'll come comment some shit, or he, I don't know, comment some shit on people's stuff. It always cracks me up because I'm like, damn, that's exactly what I want to say, but I couldn't word it. I didn't want to piss someone off. Eddie Spaghetti says, you know, you blushed for a second. That's my blush face. Yeah, you know what's fucking? You don't talk about my eyes, man. That's a complex right now. I was tripping out when I do my live videos. It should be looking like jacked up. But anyways, it says HYMC will be great in the future. More gold than expected. They just made a deal to get rid of their sulfuric acid and making a profit with it. Yeah, and that's the thing is so with Highcroft, like I said, I sold off most of my shares. I kept some, not a lot, probably like a dozen shares. And I'm like, why would I do that? You know, but I needed some money that day and I moved it in towards other things I needed it for. And now I've kind of bought a couple back, but I kind of see that in a way too, as far as more long term. So I think, okay, GTA for Life says lost about 15 grand on AMC. Well, I guess I'd ask you, did you sell? Because if you haven't sold, you haven't lost. You know what I mean? Yeah, your account's showing the negative, but it still has the potential to move up and down. You could lose more. You could gain it. You might, you know what I mean? It's your own personal choice. You gotta make your own decisions when it comes to these things, man. You gotta do your own. That's why it's important to do your own research, your own DD. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to people in the comment section. Do your own research. You know, you can take what people were saying and run with it and say, okay, let me look at what they're talking about. That's what I do. But so where's your store at, or is it just like an online store? So we have a physical store located in Idaho. I'm working on an online store, but I don't have everything set up correctly right now. So if you go on the online store and order something, there's a good possibility I don't have the shit in stock. Just a lot of organization, man. GTA for Life says, I didn't sell, but I fully expect it to never come back. I will hold to zero. So, I mean, that's kind of, it's kind of a sad way to look at it, but I guess in a way, that's a way to look at it. You know, like, hey, if you don't expect it and it happens, good. But also, you did mention that you lost your 15 grand. So I feel like it's a bummer, man. You can get yourself bummed out if you look at that. Like, you can look at that, but you've got to just have faith. It's like, if you have faith in it and you believe the research and the DD, that's why you jump into these things. You know what I mean? Like, I have stock plays that I've kind of have faith in that are low right now that I think here in the future are going to jump up, but nothing quite like AMC. I'm a beaten man. Punch you in the gut so you don't see the bruises on the face too, huh? Yeah, I got some gut punches too, man. But at the same time, like, you know, yeah, you can get down, and it's happened to everyone. I'm almost 100% sure everyone, no matter who you are that's in this play, has gotten to the point where it's like, damn. You know what I mean? But you gotta, I don't know, man. It doesn't stress me out too much just because I look at it like this. Like, I have only invested what I'm willing to lose. And what I'm willing to lose for this potential is a little more than I'm willing to lose for other stocks. But on the other hand, what I did to make myself feel a little better is I made a lot of money off of crypto. And I figured, okay, if I do the math on it, what I've made off of crypto in the last 2.5 years is what I've put into AMC. So in a way, I'm just transferring the crypto money into that. You know what I mean? So have I lost anything? Not really, because, you know, the market I've made a little bit, the crypto I've made a little bit. Of course, I've lost a little bit here. I don't really sell in the red. I've sold a few stocks in the red. It's a horrible feeling. And 99% of the time when I sell, they just shoot up. I did buy a couple of stocks that I did no research on. I just heard YouTubers talk about, and this is how I know it's a bad idea, because I heard YouTubers say, oh, I'm in on this gamble or whatever, it's going to squeeze. And I did no research, just went in and bought, and then started doing my research after I bought, and I'm like, oh shit. And it just dropped. Tupperware one. There was a Tupperware one people were pushing for a while. I bought that, drop. So I sold those, but those are like a couple that I bought. I think I bought like 4 stocks that I just FOMO'd in without any research. Did the research afterwards, and I was like, holy shit, that was a mistake. So that's why you don't trust YouTubers. Not even myself. Like I said, if I say I'm in on a play, because I had one too. I talked about Vroom forever. I was playing Vroom up and down, and then they did that reverse split. And now, probably about, I had made a few grand just off of Vroom, and I decided to go big. And I put probably 90% of what I made into Vroom, and it just, boom, plummeted. So now, you know, I've only made a couple $100 off of it, and I got my looking at my stock in red, and I'm down a few $100s. I'm just like, damn. So you don't listen to people. Do your own research. Do your own research. Do your own research. What do I see AMC's high by the end of the year, in my opinion? So that's kind of hard to say, man. Just, if it was a true and fair market and there was no one putting the price in, that's the problem. Is the price is being made, and they've openly said that they make the price into what they think is a fair market value. So, you can look at Cinemark at $20 and AMC at $3 or $2, and it's like, there's gonna people are gonna argue and say, well, Cinemark made money, Cinemark did this, but also AMC. It's a longer conversation than I guess I have in me right now. But I would say, realistically, end of year, it's still not going to be up there too high. I could see it going to a few bucks. I would love to see it up around the 20-30 mark. But into Q4, into Q1, in the beginning stages of next year, I think they don't have much of a choice but to let it run up, because there's going to be a lot of movies coming out. A lot of movies. Q3 and Q4 are going to be good for the movie industry. And like I've said before, AMC isn't only into the movies now. They're into distributing movies. There's other things going on that, candy, credit cards, popcorn, distribution, other things that are going to bring in money. So to keep it, they want, in my opinion, like I said, not a financial advisor. This is my gut feeling. My gut feeling is they want to keep it around $4, so it's a boring play. Maybe the people that got in at $2.50, $3, here in a few months are like, well, you know what, made a few $100 and jump out. They want to see that in and out. So when people are jumping out, they can show the sell orders and suppress the buy orders and just continue the game as long as they can. Now, anything can happen. Someday something can happen. A margin call, which I think is very rare. Margin calls are more rare than anything, I think. So margin call would be nice, but it's rare. Black swan event could happen. There's things that are happening now that could create it. You watch Boss Blunts and Bigums, stuff like that. They think, the bank system. I don't know what it's going to cause, but I think when you're doing something wrong and you're walking on eggshells, eventually something goes wrong. How long it'll take, I don't know. But until then, I'm going to keep buying and holding. This is my opinion, my thoughts. No factual evidence, just my thoughts. Conspiracy theory, maybe. Larry P says, Robin Hood sent me a message about T+1 coming in May. I haven't seen anything on that. But I will say, let me Google here real quick. Anything's possible with this play. We've seen it too shoot up. I don't know how long you've been in the play, but there was a while back where it shot up to like $39, and my profits were looking pretty nice, and it was pretty tempting. But at the same time, I knew what I held. And if you're trading it like that, and you're not trading the old school way like I am, you can trade however you want. But for me, I'm just holding on to these old shares because I know how old they are. I know how they want their hands on these things, and it might not be a lot to some people, but to me, it is. So, I think that's just how I'm playing it. You can play it how you want, but I don't want to get rid of my my OG shares, so I haven't sold anything. Sorry, I can't do two things at once. We're here typing like an 82 with one finger. All right. Trying to see what the T+1 AMC, if there's anything on there. I'm not seeing anything on mine here, but anything. Let's see. People still talking about AMC. Is Adam? T Money Sim says people still talking about AMC as if Adam Aaron didn't show the company away. LMA. Oh, go to GameStop instead. All right, I'm not even doing it, man. I'm not doing it. Nice try, T Money Sims. Hey, man, have fun at GameStop. I'm there too, so I'm not against GameStop. Shit, I don't know. I'm not looking to fight with you because you're in GameStop. Oh yeah, well, AMC's better. God dang it! No, it's not me, man. You in the wrong chat trying to talk shit. Because ultimately, I don't, I want you to win. I want to win. So, but yes, people are still talking about AMC. I don't know. How could you not? No, people are still talking about AMC. It's all over the place, man. That's the one that I will say, like on Facebook. You go onto Facebook, there's a lot of people like talking shit on Facebook now, and it's gotten bad because I've been in some of these same groups for months, years, and you don't hear a lot, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, you be hearing some shit, man. And that's always how it starts. People still talking about AMC? What? You didn't know? Well, yes, we are. Welcome. Welcome. You can talk with us, apparently, that you're here. And now you know, so now you can't go say it to someone else. People are still talking about it. The other one is like, it's always Adam Aaron did this, Adam Aaron did that. Avoiding the fact that it's not Adam Aaron, it's the fucking hedge funds that got us in this position. You know what I mean? That's a whole argument, though. That's a whole other thing, man. You start arguing that, and there's no getting across. You either agree with where the company's going or you don't. So for me, arguing about it really gets me nowhere because I'm not going to convince some random dude online. All they're going to do is just talk shit to me the whole time. They're trying to find trigger points. But to me, and also, I'd like to point out that I don't get mad when people talk shit about Adam Aaron. I'm not like, oh my god, not Adam. Don't you talk about him like that. I don't give a fuck. Talk shit. I don't care. You can make your own decisions. We never stop. AMC, GMC to Pluto. Yeah, it's weird that I read it like that. Pluto, homie, we're going to Pluto, fool. Yeah, man. The thing is, man, is realistically, can AMC hit 10 grand a share? Probably not. Would I love it to happen? Hell yes, I would. I'd be happy as shit. So I think what's going to happen, and like I said, not a financial advisor, not telling you, not price targeting or anything like that, but I think the potential that AMC has with what I believe is naked shorting and all the over leveraging and the bullshit that's going on in the background, if everything were just to bam release right now, there was no way to stop it. Yeah, 10 grand is possible, but they have ways to stop it, and they're going to halt it. They're going to do things to make it happen. But I think at some point or another, they just say, all right, let's let it rip. You know what I mean? The market's got to probably recover for them, so they're making money in other places and feeling okay about it, and then they're going to say, all right, let these little monkeys have their monies, and then we'll be like, taking our money, you know what I mean? So it'll be better sooner than later for me personally, but also, the longer it takes, the more shares I buy. The more shares you have, the more money you make, right? So, like I said, if I can get up to I don't know exactly even how many shares I got at this point. I was creeping into about where I was at before the reverse split. So, AMC's 10% up today. Yes, sir. It's always a good thing to have a green day, no matter how, even if it's 2%, it's nice to see green. When you see that red every day, it's like, damn, they're beating the shit out of us. But it's also, we kind of had, I knew it was coming. I knew it was happening. There's freaking dilution on the table. The thing that's funny is the dilution and all that was not a surprise. It was announced. You could look at the charts and say they wanted 250 million. You could look and say, okay, they're going to sell back into the market at certain prices. So you kind of have an idea where it's going to be. That's why when people were saying, when it goes down to $2, I'm buying. I'm like, well, if it goes down to $2, I'm buying too, but I'm still buying at $5, $3, $2.71. You know what I mean? So I don't want to wait. I don't know, man. There's certain stocks that, yes, I will wait, but AMC is not a normal stock, dude. You know that. I know that. It just bounces around. Like I said, that one time, I don't know when it was, maybe a few months ago, it jumped up and everyone was like, oh my God, where did that come from? I didn't see it coming. No one saw it coming. It went from $15 to $39, and then in a day or two, they pumped it back down. So I think at this point, a lot of people also ask me, why haven't the hedge funds covered? And I think the most simple answer to that is they can't. If they cover, they're gone. As Lou versus Wall Street used to say, they'd vaporize. You know what I'm saying? I think if that happened, they decided right now to just whoever's super over leveraged in this, and if there is synthetics and tokenized swaps, and if everything came to light right now, it'd be a whole different market tomorrow. On the hills of dilution, we jumped up. Yep, that's the thing too. Is there is dilution right now, and I don't know. for certain if they're done. I feel like it's got to be real close. And then my hopes are that most of the dilution was done early on when it was like in that $3.18 or $3.18 range. But who knows? Who knows? Does anyone have any updates on that? Like, is there any announcements or? Um, I know what I was looking at the last couple days. It looked like we were still, uh, for my opinion, no facts, but it looked like we were pretty dang close to being finished. Um, that's why I say this thing, if it goes up to 3 and dumps back down, and it's not being shorted, it could just be the remainder of the dilution. So it shouldn't be a shocker, and then people shouldn't come in and say, "Oh, Adam Aaron diluted it again." It's the same process, but people will flip it into that, and I think there's just a lot of, I don't want to call it desperation, but maybe desperation on the other side, because I don't want to sound cocky like we got it, but at the same time, most people that are in this stock are pretty cool, calm, collected. The people that are coming in trying to cause panic and stress, I don't believe are actually long-term holders, or they're people that are just either trolling to start some shit. Because there's people like that in general in life that just like to get a reaction out of people. And I think a lot of us apes that have been in AMC long enough do give that reaction that they want, so they continue to do it. So one of the best things I did is just decide to kind of chill on it. I can argue a little bit, but at the end of the day, arguing with people that are telling you opposite of what you believe, and they're not asking, they're just arguing, you're just going to go in circles. It's like the old saying, when you argue with a wall, who wins? You know what I mean? So don't argue with a dummy. But AMC, yeah, like I said, I think today we end 265, 266, 264, something in that range. My opinion, it could, depending on dilution or if it gets hammered down. But it was looking at the charts, I think that's where we're at. But like I said, we did have that big jump up today at some point, so it also could get shorted down. There's been plenty of times where you get kind of excited, especially in the early days, man. It would jump up 10-20%, and then it'd hammer it right back down 10-20% in a day, and it's like, that's not normal. You go to any other stock and look at it, it's not normal. So I'll say this: after AMC's done, and if you're still in the market, you're going to be pretty hardened, man. You're going to be able to watch 10% drops like nothing. You know what I'm saying? I watch these things drop like 20, 30, like from like the dilution and the shorting and the just ladder attacks. The ladder attacks used to be horrendous, but they've kind of gotten back to some of that now. It's almost like a reset, it's like a reset. But even if you believe, let's say you do believe that the no or the yes vote was rigged and it was all bad. The problem is all they did is just added more shares, and people still buying. So it's eventually going to get back to that point again. The people aren't going to just suddenly leave, people are here. People are here for, like, and I 100% believe probably 90% of the people that say zero or not, or zero or hero, or literally mean it. They're going to ride this thing to zero. Even the people that want to get out at this point ain't going to sell at this big of a loss. This is, so, and if they do, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. But there is people that are jumping in, new people. I know people personally that jumped in that don't even believe in the squeeze and nothing like that, but they're just looking at the price like, damn. So that's another thing too. It's a possibility that a lot of new people jump in this play and they're not in here for a squeeze. And like I've said, I think personally, not financial advice, but I think the market maker wants to keep it around 4 or 5 a share. So you could see it jump up to 4 or 5, maybe 5.50, and then a bunch of people dump that are here just for a quick run and take us back down to 4 or 3, and then they're going to be depressed again. Like, what happened? They'll probably plan it out when Adam Aaron tweets something. They'll say, Adam Aaron tweet made millions and millions of people sell. Nah, they didn't. I'm down tens of thousands on AMC, and I couldn't care less. Been poor my whole life anyway. I feel that, Jonathan. Feel that, man. And that's where I'm at too. I'm down a lot. I haven't really just looked at it, but at the same time, people keep saying it, and it's true. You don't lose it till you sell it. So that's where we're at. It is what it is. You've done your research. You've done your DD. You probably feel comfortable with where you are. So do I. Decided to try to chill out on eating fat foods today, man. All I can think about is breakfast burritos. Had a fucking protein bar for breakfast. Look at me. Hungry. Hungry eyes. I need that background music. Starving like Marvin, man. You know what's bullshit too is you try to go on a diet and try to lose some weight and get healthy, and that shit costs way more, man. You can go to drive through and then they got salad for $5-6, cheeseburger for $2. What am I supposed to do, man? I'm a man. I'm not meant to eat salads all day. Give me some tacos, man. And I can't be talking about this shit. Let's focus back on the market. Ooh, 273. We moving on up. Moving on up. So 273 is where we're at now. Yeah, that'd be nice, man, if we can end at like 280 for sure. Like I said, anything's possible with this play though. Like it's kind of hard to chart. You can chart it and get an idea of where it's headed. But whenever I've charted this thing and I'm right at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, got it. And then when I'm way off, I'm like, yeah, it's manipulation. That's what everyone else does too. So we're just gonna blame shit. But I will say this: there's tons of gap ups, man, on this thing. You know, gap fills that have not been filled. So that's also a possibility too. If you're just playing this, and I'm not giving you financial advice, but if you're not playing this for a squeeze, there's tons of gap ups in like the 17, 11, 37, like those ranges. There's gap fills that just need to be filled that ain't been filled, that are just sitting there waiting to be filled up. And not, I don't know how that sounded creepy, but it was creepy. Let us fill you up, baby. All right. Anyone playing any calls today? I'm trying to act like I know what I'm doing. Calls are bad. I'm bad with calls and options, man. I'm very new to this. As a matter of fact, I had a call for the 12th. I had made a while back that said we'd get to like 7 or something. I think it was $9 even. He ain't close to that shit. I definitely lost. But you know, I didn't have a lot in there. When I first started trying to do calls and options, I messed up, man. I didn't even know what I did, but I had done a bearish. So it said something about, you know, you got to be careful with calls and options if you don't know what you're doing. I'm still learning, but the first thing I did is I accidentally had it to where I had to, why is the word sacrifice coming to my mind? Not sacrifice, put up 100 shares of AMC. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I got that. But then I started reading it. I'm like, what do you mean collateral 100 shares? So I wound up having to sell it. But if I wouldn't have sold it, I would have got money off it. I just didn't feel comfortable, you know what I'm saying, risking 100 shares for a few bucks. But I would have done well, but I didn't stick with it. I sold that shit. I got scared. $273. Yeah, I mean it's going up. I mean, that's a good thing. There's a possibility dilution's done. It kind of looks like some of that buy pressure is coming in now. So if dilution's done, I can see us getting back up to that $3.20, $3.50, $4 range. And like I said, I'm gonna try to level it out there and just make you bored again, bore the shit out of you, and then there's not much to talk about, you know. But the funny thing about AMC is there's always something to talk about, especially you got this many eyes on it, this many people looking at it and doing DD on it, because there's always something going on in the background that someone notices, you know what I mean? And they point out, and then boom, it spreads like wildfire. And then everyone wants to try to act like they're the first ones that saw it. Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! AMC CEO says pee-pee pick. Oh my God! There's always some shit going on, man. You know what I mean? So I'm not stressing it. I'm chilling, just waiting for this money to come through, man. Other plays, you know. In the meantime, I say, you know, keep your eyes peeled. Like, obviously for me, I'm AMC, but there's other plays that come in. Even if you don't like Donald J. Trump, that was a good play to be in and out. You know what I mean? CLS, that was one that was good to be in and out. There's things that you know come across your radar, or even like in coins. Coins had a real nice pump. You know what I mean? If you didn't make money off of coins, I did not get on WISA today. So I wish I would have. Actually, did I? I need to check. I feel like I bought some just anyway. There's always something that's in and out. You can just jump in and out. You know, this could be your long term. For me, just waiting for it to pop, waiting for it to squeeze, which I believe it will. But there's always something in and out. So a lot of people that are complaining about, I'm just losing money. Like there's other ways, you know. You don't have to stick here with that. Mr. Bagel Show says, here come AA with a well-timed tweet. Smash on the rally as usual. Time to buy puts, prob. There's nice volume today, though. We'll see. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't buy into that. The tweets make billions of fucking millions of fucking shares being sold. Like a tweet sell. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. That just sounds like manipulation. Whoever is, I feel like whoever is doing that probably doing it on purpose. They're probably following the dude's Twitter or X, if you will. Now, probably following the X and just saying, all right, whenever he tweets something that doesn't sound perfect, let's short the shit out of it and blame it on him. You know, that's to me, there ain't no way, bro. Like I ain't never saw a tweet and be like, I'm selling my shares because of this tweet. You know, like I've never also seen someone like I'm buying shares because of this tweet. I did my own research. Dude has killed the rally every time. How? How does that kill a rally? The only thing I can think of is that people have said that and you believe that. Because I don't understand how a tweet would kill a rally. I just don't. Let's see what you're talking about here. Adam Aaron tweet. I don't like to defend a person that I don't know like that, but this is crazy, man. Dude be getting fucking motherfuckers on his ass, man. Go back and read his tweets and look at the stock. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying his tweets and the stock. It's not him. He doesn't control. He's not the market maker. The market maker who hedges against AMC can control the market price. Adam Aaron cannot. I cannot. You cannot. But the people against it can. So they can make it seem like that's the case easily. Let me just say this. If Adam Aaron and the board wanted AMC to be gone, it would be gone. What was it? Cineworld. One of those went through bankruptcy this year. It could have easily been us as well if they wanted it to go. Clearly why the guy needs to be voted out from the CEO position. Man has nothing but screw people for 2 years now. Sam Yu. I don't know, man. I 100% don't agree with that. Where we going? Adam Aaron tweets. Why am I showing from 2021? I'm gonna log in here real quick. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be voted out because I think the one thing I worry about is you vote them out and then you get someone in here that wants to destroy the company and stops the potential that they're doing, breaks the moves that they're doing. You know what I mean? You can obviously vote how you want, but I would rather keep the person in there that's kept us alive through this rocky path and come up with new ways to make money. It's like popcorn, distributing movies, taking his personal time and touring and talking to people and, you know, plenty of good things that have been twisted into bad things. And like I said before, I don't think he's necessarily trying to make AMC squeeze. His sole purpose is to keep the company alive. And when the company's alive, it gives me and you, the shareholder, more of a chance for fraud and crime to be exposed. Now, I don't think he's out there necessarily being like, yeah, we're going to make this thing squeeze. Like, that's not his goal. Would he probably like it? I think he would too, because if it squeezed and he could sell all those shares, he would be ignorantly rich. That's the other thing people talk about. Like, he holds tons of shares. Can you imagine? Like, I don't think a hedge fund can pay him as much as a squeeze could. That's for sure. All I'm seeing on his tweets are just how good movies are coming out. I don't know what y'all talking about. No, he doesn't. Sam Yu says, Mr. Bagel said he kills every positive tweet or info. The problem is it's just an argument we're going to go in circles with. I don't believe it and you believe it. So it is what it is. I would say this, if you're here to change people's mind, you're probably in the wrong spot because, I mean, it's not going to change my mind. I don't care if you like him or don't like him, to be honest. If you're invested in the company, I would imagine, though, you'd want the best for the company. And I would think changing CEOs and all that would not be good. So I'm not seeing any brand new tweets. The last one I saw says CinemaCon 2024 newsflash. I'm ebullient about the future of movies and the movies in theaters now more than I have been in years. A key reason the masterful storytellers and Disney are back in all of their glory. What an extraordinary slate of movies they're bringing to the big screen exclusively. So, I mean, that the tweet you're talking about? Talking about how isn't it make us money? Oh, the shills have entered. The shills have entered the building. Oh, my goodness. Send them over to the guy that has like 900 followers. Hurry, sir. Hurry, hurry. They're talking about AMC. Hurry, send them over. Oh, man. Well, anyways, regardless, that's your opinion. It's cool, man. You can have your opinion. Like I said, I used to be there before, too, until I did my own research, my own DD. I stopped following. Um, it just, you're saying the same thing that everyone says that hasn't done their own research or own DD. You're going off of what people say. That's what it sounds like to me, and hey, you know what? It's all good. If you don't want to do your own work and research and you're just going to copy and paste what other people say all the time, then do it. It's up to you, buddy. The company has been heading in the right direction, so let's keep going in the right direction once upon correct. I believe you are correct. I mean, you look at it, Highcroft was a good decision now. People were saying it was a horrible decision. Popcorn was a good decision. Distributing popcorn, distributing movies, credit cards, bringing extra cash, making your own candy to cut money being spent. All these things are positive things that they're going to try to spin and try to get you out of your character and negative Nancy's. One thing I will say is maybe we should get Adam Marin to get a beard. If you're talking about AMC, you haven't done your DD. Okay. Okay, OG. Anyways, we are going back into, let's go back to market here. 273, 272. Yeah, we're kind of bouncing around that little range. Is dilution done? I don't know. The thing is these guys, Mr. Bagel Show, I appreciate you wanting to argue with me, but I just don't feel like it. If Highcroft is so good, then why is AMC at all-time low? I could keep repeating the same thing, and you're not hearing me. It's not the actual price, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but it is what it is. I don't believe that AMC, the CEO of a company, creates the price. I believe the market maker makes the price, and I believe the market maker has already clearly said that they make the price to what they believe is a fair market value. And I also believe people that own hedge funds also short AMC, and they also create the price. Strange. So looks like you're focused on the wrong direction, but that's all good. I'm not gonna, if you're not in the stock, like, why are you here? If you're having fun and then bullshitting with us, cool. But if you're not in the stock and you're just here to try to change my mind, it ain't gonna work. Probably try to change people in the comments' mind, I guess, but we all smooth brains, so. Yep, you can agree or disagree. It's up to you. That's all your choice. So anyways, what tweet were you talking about? The only tweets I'm showing here are very positive tweets. I'm looking at CinemaCon 2024 newsflash, ebullient about the future of movies, more than ever. CinemaCon showcase new fabulous movies coming to release 2024, 2025, 2026. Yeah, he makes good money. I wish I was making that money. I mean, you can't hate the dude for making a good salary. That doesn't bother me. So, yeah, I'm not seeing any tweets. So, anyways, focus my direction the wrong way. 275 now, 274. Keep it moving up, man. The higher it goes, the more angry people show up. It's funny. So I'm going to go into charting here. Let's go into the advanced charting. Let's go with the day chart. Volume. Volume's up. OBV shows more buys than sells per usual. Institutions buying, not selling. These are all things that are positive. So The thing is, if you have that opinion, then that's your opinion. Cool. That's not my opinion, but we're all entitled to them. Don't want to force you to like AMC or like the CEO. It's not my job. You don't have to like him. What stock and crypto page tell you? Stock and crypto is trash. Dude is something else, man. That dude's in it for clicks. I don't fuck with that dude. As a matter of fact, I FOMO'd into some of his plays and lost hella money. So I stopped FOMOing in because of him actually. But it's all good. Follow him. Go watch him if that's what you like. You know what I mean? I'm not against him as a person. I think he's probably very knowledgeable and smart about certain things, but it's just not my style, not my cup of tea. Yeah, I think that like you can spin anything on anyone. You know what I mean? You could if you're looking for bad stuff, you can make people look bad no matter what. So I'm not gonna go watch someone talk about other people. I just don't like to talk bad about other people. It's not my thing. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You can like what you want to like. Like I said, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here talking to people that are like minded. You can have a different opinion. Cool. All good. I don't fault you for it. Do what you want to do. You can short the stock. You can like the stock. You can hate the stock. You can sell the stock. You can buy, sell, and hold. I don't tell you to do any of that. It's up to you. For me, I just buy and hold. This is what I do. Yeah, reading the comments in the chat. Like, man, now I'm gonna need one of those dudes with a little blue wrench. Let's moderate this shit, man. Yeah, I saw he was trying to get on the AMC board. I mean, I don't want. I'm not in the business of talking down on anyone. You know what I mean? So, I think the dude's smart. I think he's got his own thing going, but just different opinion than I have. I'll put it that way. Looking at the chart here, we're just going up, up and up and up. Now that's not to say that we can't get hammered down by shorts or like if the dilution's not done, like I've said before, it could bring it back down. But to be honest, I'm kind of like selfishly wanting it to get back down to like that 250, 260 range because 272 is nice. It's good to see it go up, but it's so nice to buy it. $5 gets you 2 shares. It's like holy crap, that's insane. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Let's hope so. Trust me, bro. Soft and Crypto, man, he's hilarious. Cool. What did you get in at the price? Are you an OG 8? I don't remember. I got in. So, fuck man, when did I get in? April 2021. Um, but then I just continued to buy since then, really, to be honest, once a week for a while. And then it's just been steady since then, in and up, in and up, in and up, in and up. The vote, all that stuff is just. I think everything is always something to kind of sidetrack you, like the vote, this, that, oh, this happened, they did this, I can't believe they did that, why are they hiding this? And there's always smoke and mirrors, man. The goal for me is a fair market and to get the money that I deserve off of this play, which any play really for anyone. The market should just be fair. If I lose money and I lose it on my own, cool. But it shouldn't be me putting in money and losing it to a lie. Twisty, what, in your opinion, do you think is a realistic price target post reverse split? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just playing it as it goes by now. You just don't know. It's hard to say because you can't really give a price. You can't give a date because none of that's, look where it's gotten people. You know what I mean? It doesn't help. You can have your opinions and your thoughts where you hope it goes. I hope it goes high, 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 high. But there's really no way of telling without knowing what's there, what synthetics are there, and any of that shit. Anyway, yeah. So I think we've kind of covered everything I wanted to cover. Said what I wanted to say. Um, it's getting to the point now where I think I'm going to find some moderators, get things cleared up. Like I said, for me personally, none of this is a fight. No one on either side, yes or no or whatever. I'm not really against anyone. I don't have that in my heart or in my energy to really go, defend Adam Aaron or fight against or for. Just because that's not where my thought is, or my feeling, or my instinct, or any of that, whatever you want to call it. That's not where my mind is at with this play. I think it's more of a deterrent to cause more division between people that really don't need it. That's some light right there. I'm an angel. So, yeah, I mean, did I watch Lou versus Wall Street? I watched everyone. Yeah, Lou versus Wall Street. I watched anyone and everyone. Did I agree with everyone? There's probably everyone that's an AMC YouTuber or that did AMC videos. I've agreed with some and disagreed with some. Everyone has their own opinion, which I'm sure a lot of people that are watching now probably watching me like, yeah, I agree with what you said here, but I don't think that. Everyone has their own opinion. In the long run, I think everyone's goal is the same: is a fair market and to get money. What else you hear? You know what I mean? We bought into a rigged game and lost. We shouldn't be surprised. I don't think we lost necessarily. I think you don't lose until you sell. 275 tomorrow, 230 by Friday. What two? I don't see $2 being. I don't see $2. If it was $2, I'd buy, but I'm buying regardless. So I'm not price targeting to two to buy in or buy more. I'm just buying as it goes because this is how I do it. Like I've said before, I don't have thousands of dollars on the reserve just to buy in, so I buy what I can, when I can. I think that for me, that's just how it works for me. It might work differently for you, but for me personally, I buy a few shares a day, a share a day, 10 shares a day, 50 shares a day, just depending on how my day goes. But that's just how it works for me because like I said, that's how my money comes in on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. I just have to gauge and see where I'm at. Whatever I made on crypto. Crypto has been real good to me lately. I know it's on a dive right now. So for me personally, while it was low, 2 nights ago, I bought back in on a lot of them that I sold, hoping to see a nice run. Guess naked short is fair game nowadays. It's hard. Some of the stuff y'all are saying is like I agree to an extent, like we're on the same page, but it's like we're reading a different textbook. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think in the end, our long term goal is the same: fair market. Give me some fucking money. It's my money and I want it now. This should be my commercials. I don't have any sponsors. I'm gonna make my own. Now for a commercial break. Sponsored by Monster. I remember if I just lie and say I have sponsors, they'll send me a check on accident. Like, oh, did we send the check out to this fella? Monster, the choice of a new generation. Only 10 calories. I drink only 10 fucking calories in this shit. Yeah, I think we all holding, man. We all buying and holding. Some people aren't buying, some people are holding. Regardless how you feel, if you want in or out of this play, if you're just waiting for it to break even right now, this is not the time to sell. I would say I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold, but I know people that want out that just can't right now because like, this shit don't make no sense to sell at this point, and it don't. Yep, buy when low, average down where you're comfortable at. Exactly. You have to be comfortable. You have to do your own research. You have to feel, like I said, man, whoever you or whatever you choose to listen to. I would say this, if someone tells you something, do your own research on it. Follow your gut instinct, man. A lot of times it's your gut. Don't let your emotions determine your gut instinct, because that happens to a lot of people. If you're a paranoid person, your instinct is going to be off because you're like, oh, my instinct's telling me this is happening. But it's your paranoia fueling your instinct. So differentiate the two. Use your instinct. It never leads you astray. I know there's been plenty of people in here that have probably looked at a stock in the morning and said, I should sell this right now. And then you don't, and then it tanks. You're like, damn, I should listen to that instinct, that first instinct. Or there's been times where you're like, man, I should buy this stock, but you don't, and it rockets. When I started following that instinct, gut feeling, is when I started making money in the market. Yes, you do have to do DD. You have to do research. But I bought into like shit. Like, I would never advise you to do this. But I had, this doesn't make me sound hella weird. But I had in my head WVE kept going through my head. And I looked it up, and it was called Wave Life Science. It was a stock, and I bought in hella low, and I put like $1,000 in it, and it jumped up like 60%. I wound up selling out. Obviously, I'm gonna have capital gains tax on it, and then I bought a few shares just to hold on to. But those are the types of things I'm talking about. Weird little things like that. You gotta follow your instinct. Am I in GME? Of course. I don't think I feel like anyone in AMC is in GME. It's just like you got a basket of memes. Back in the day, it was BlackBerry. It was I can't remember none of them now. Bed Bath and Beyond, which I actually made money off of, strangely enough. But yeah, a few of those, everyone has their little meme basket, but I think AMC and GME are more than just a meme, because the companies have shown that they can thrive, survive, and I don't have anything else that rhymes with that. It would have been awesome if I did. Thrive, survive, and stay alive. Buzzing like a beehive. That's it. But yeah, I am in GME. Not as heavy as AMC, obviously, but GME, with the prices it was at, it hit like 10.99 or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but I bought in more. So, GME, AMC. GME, I have less DD on, less research. But so a little background history. When I jumped into GME originally, I just kind of heard about it a little bit. I don't even know how I heard about it, to be honest, at this point. But I jumped in. And I jumped in. I don't know how much I put into it. I want to say only like $50. And within like a couple days, it had that run. And I sold. I didn't know what I was doing. So I sold, and I made maybe, I think, $50 back. And then I put the other 50 back in. And then that's when it went up big. And I don't know. I want to say that I made like $200 or $300 off of GME during its little pre-sneeze or whatever, squeeze, whatever you call it. It was a squeeze. When it squeezed to the 400, I made some money, and I thought, damn, that's how this works. That's how you do it. And I think a lot of people thought that, and they bought an AMC thinking the same thing. And then it ran up to like 70. And it's like, woo, we're going to hang on to 500. And then, oh shit. So here we are. But I wasn't that heavy into AMC. I actually, before GME and AMC, I was buying and selling those stocks until I realized what I was getting into. You know what I mean? And when it hit that 70 mark that day is when I started really doing my research. And I got deep, and here we are. I got deep into the DD, and still am. You know what I mean? We've been through a whole hell of a lot. You know what I mean? From buildings that were storing shit burning down to freaking, what was it, BBYs, dude, that like jumped off a building, like crazy shit. The guy who gave AMC a high stock rating that drowned at a concert. Like, it's crazy, man. There's been shit that's kind of creepy that you're like, oh my God, you know what I mean? But like, at the same time, just want a fair market. You know what I mean? Just give us a fair market. To murder everyone, please. Just joking. This is my, thoughts. It's been a lot. What I'm trying to say is there's been a lot of news that goes into this shit. It's like crazy. Like, it's constantly nonstop. But there's always something big going on. And I think now what the goal is to kind of make it boring and just have us sitting back watching, like, oh, it's time to sell and get into something else, And, and if that's what you want to do, that's what you should do. But you follow your own gut, your own instinct. You know what I mean? For me, I'm just here. I'm locked in. Yeah. Fly Guy 9, my biggest thing was watching those charts. I saw something different about AMC volatility halts. I think they found a way to kill the momentum. Um, yeah, the halts are kind of tricky too because you get into halting the stock and it's like we've seen it a million times. And it dumps, there's no halt. When it jumps, there is a halt. So yeah, there's a lot of factors in here that could definitely detour you. And it is what it is, man. You like it or not, we are what we are. So you have to tell yourself, is this something I'm willing to go through? Because if it stresses you out, I don't think any amount of money is worth stress. There's a question I saw yesterday that said, if I offered you $10 million today, right now, would you take it? Of course, everyone says yes. 9 out of 10. My wife, of course, like, no, what's the catch? Just hear me out. So someone says, here's $10 million. You can have it right now. Will you take it? Of course, you're going to say yes. And you're gonna say thank you, I appreciate it, whatever. Take your $10 million, but the only catch is now they say, well, if you take this $10 million, you don't get to wake up tomorrow. You're done. You're dead. And then 10 out of 10 people said, no, I don't want the $10 million. So the value is money is just money. It's gonna come and go. So don't put too much stress and thought into it. You know what I mean? There's so much more around. But I will say $10 million would make my life a lot easier. I think what's causing the pump right now, probably just buy pressure. They're releasing some, not all of it, but they got to release some. Hold on a second, I got to take this call. Anything but buy and hold, trade for other stuff for money. It's kind of where I'm at too, man. You see so much FUD and so much negativity. It's like, damn, you got it. It's almost like I got to buy it now. Shit, y'all making me buy, because it's like, why so much FUD going around? Y'all are still in AMC. How many times we see that? Y'all still talking about it? Y'all still in there? It's just hilarious. When they need shares, halts won't matter, right? Correct. All right, man. Anyways, I think we kind of go where we're at. I got a couple things I got to get done here. Probably going to go find myself something healthy to eat. I'll jump back in live here in a little while. Kind of go back over where we're at, maybe towards closer to the end of the day. But I got to take care of a couple things here at the shop. I'd love to sit here and chit chat all day, but I can't. Got shit to do. But that's where I'm at, man. Hopefully y'all having a good day. Be blessed. Let's get rich soon. Peace.